Picture a crown falling onto a general's head, then a red X slams down. Wait for number 4. That near miss, rejecting a crown, quietly shaped America's experiment in some. This is the story of a surveyor's son who became the first president. George Washington was born in 1732 on a modest Virginia farm, not among elites. His father died early, and George learned more from field work than from classrooms. He became a surveyor, measuring land, distance, and learning to read terrain. At 19, he sailed to Barbados, caught smallpox, and survived with lasting immunity. Those early hardships hardened him. Endurance, patience, and steady judgment were forged. On the frontier, Washington first found himself in command during violent skirmishes. He rode into danger, sometimes losing horses beneath him, yet he did not flee.
A pleasure to
By
see
his
you, Colonel.
30s,
Thank
he
you,
was a
gentlemen.
respected
If
Virginian,
you'll just examine the figures
planter,
here in the ledger.
militia leader, community figure. Political unrest in the colonies quietly widened into a crisis that demanded choices. People began to name Washington, not for glory, but for steady, trusted hands. When Congress needed a
We hereby
commander,
appoint you
Washington
General and
accepted out
Commander-in-Chief
of
of the
duty,
Army
not
of the
ambition.
United Colonies.
Keep the cadence,
He
men.
inherited ragged recruits and scarce supplies,
By the left
and
flank,
built
march!
something new from little. Short supplies and bitter winters taught him leadership is endurance, not just tactics. At Valley Forge he stayed among his men, sharing cold and scant rations. He learned timing, when to strike, when to wait, when to preserve strength. Washington cultivated surprise, maneuvers designed to catch a stronger foe off guard. On Christmas night, 1776, he crossed the icy Delaware in a desperate gamble. At Trenton, he struck the Hessians by surprise and lifted American morale.
Attack at once.
Victory
Do
at
not
Princeton
relent.
followed.
They flee.
Morale and cunning beat better
Halt, stop the
equipment
fighting.
and numbers. Winters brought disease and hunger. The army's struggle tested leadership at every turn.
Your resilience
Washington
honors
showed
us
up,
all, men.
visible and
This
steady,
winter will break neither
giving the
your
men
spirit
reason to
nor
keep
our
going.
cause. At last,
Behind the lines he ran
The
spies,
troops move
coded
at
letters,
dawn.
and invisiblink communications. Those quiet operations saved lives and opened the way for battlefield opportunity. He adapted logistics, training, negotiation, improving habitually, day by day. After Yorktown in 1781, the war's end felt real, but peace remained fragile. Tensions flared. Unpaid officers, debt, and panic led some to dream of strongmen.
We have
A
served
few
with
proposed
distinction,
monarchy.
yet our families
Washington
starve.
faced this possibility
demand what
and
is
rejected it immediately. In 1783, against expectation, he resigned his commission and returned to private life. The world watched. A general voluntarily gave up command, astonishing behavior. Yet the nation still teetered. Weak federal power, heavy debt, and state rivalries.
the currency is worthless.
Leaders
We
gathered
cannot
in
pay our
Philadelphia
debts.
to draft a
We must have the
constitution
power to
that could
tax
hold the
the
Union
states.
together.
The people will.
Washington reluctantly presided over the Constitutional Convention, lending credibility and calm.
The smaller states will
His
never agree to
presence
this
smoothed
proportional
conflict
representation.
and
It is an
made
affront.
room for
Population must be the
compromises
basis, sir.
that built
We
a
cannot
workable
yield on this
plan.
point.
This is an
When
outrage.
ratified,
We will not be
the people
governed by a
looked to
distant
him
authority
unanimously
again.
to be the
If
first
you refuse
president.
to compromise, this union
He
is
appointed a cabinet, Jefferson, Hamilton, Knox, leaders of clashing temperaments.
Engine. The
Washington
national bank is
balanced
essential for
fragile
economic stability, and
tensions,
assumption is necessary.
federal
It is an
power,
overreach of
state
federal
rights,
power, Colonel, and
commerce, and agriculture. He set precedents, civilian rule over military, and a peaceful, voluntary transfer of power. The Whiskey Rebellion tested federal authority as citizens resisted attacks at home.
We will not yield.
Washington led militia to enforce the law, a firm but measured demonstration.
Our rights are
He
being
sought
trampled. We won't
enforcement
stand
with
down.
restraint,
This agreement protects
aiming
everyone's
to
interests,
restore
securing the
order
peace.
without
Agreed.
needless cruelty.
Let us have a lasting peace.
In private life, Mount Vernon was a different world. Farming, experiments, and routine.
See that the spirit
He
safe is
ran a
secured,
large
and mind the
estate,
temperature on the
experimented
condenser.
with crops,
We are
and
keeping a
managed
close
a
watch on the
distillery
flow.
operation.
It is a beautiful
His
day
marriage
for a
to
walk,
Martha
Martha.
gave him a
Yes, the
stable
garden is
partnership
splendid this
that
afternoon.
grounded many choices. He raised Martha's
Careful
children
now.
with care, a household
You are
built on
building
duty
quite the
and
fortress
respect.
there.
He privately suffered dental pain and other ailments, enduring with stoic dignity. Repeatedly he refused crowns and exalted power, choosing Republican principle over glory. The weight of the presidency meant forging norms others would follow and test. He helped lay the symbolic and physical foundations of the new capital city. Partisan factions emerged. He warned that faction could tear the republic apart. In 1796, he chose to step away after 2 terms, a precedent of restraint. His farewell address warned against factional bitterness and foreign entanglements, timeless counsel.
Good evening, General.
Retirement did
I
not
hope I am not
silence him.
interrupting your
He
correspondence.
remained a
Not at all,
moral
Colonel.
touchstone
Please come
and
in and warm
public
yourself by the
presence.
fire.
In his will, he arranged for the eventual freeing of some people he enslaved. Complicated. His image spread. Coins, streets, schools, monuments. His face entered national memory. But myths formed. The cherry tree tail and wooden teeth simplified a complex life. The truth is subtler. Legends and real suffering coexisted inside one human life. His greatest choice may have been restraint, refusing to make himself a permanent ruler. He traded momentary authority for durable institutions and principle over personal power. Historians debate
But the Mount Vernon
motives,
account suggests
duty,
he was deeply involved in
reputation,
the daily
legacy.
operations.
Yes, but that
Yet the
involvement
Republic
lessened
endured.
significant.
He paved a path others walked. Successes inherited precedents he carefully established. Contradictions persist. Slaveholder but defender of liberty. Soldier who valued civilian rule. Understanding, Washington demands accepting paradox. Virtues, flaws, compromise, and growth. Small corrections matter. His dentures were ivory and metal, not the cliché of wood.
The alternate
Time
domination
and
of one
again, he
faction over
chose to
another
step back
is itself
rather than
a
to
frightful
entrench himself
despotism.
in office. His warnings about faction and entangling alliances still surface in modern debates.
The
Decades
alternate
on,
domination
his
of one
words
faction
echo
over
in
another
classrooms,
is itself a
courtrooms,
frightful
and
despotism.
political arguments everywhere. The cinematic truth is not myth, but the rich, contradictory human story at its heart. A man who measured maps also measured the distance between power and principle. A man who measured maps also measured the distance between power and principle. He rode into battle and later returned to plow, an American paradox of roles. His life teaches restraint, duty, and the slow, patient work of building institutions. We honor him not as an unblemished idol, but as a founder with human scale.
From this vantage
Mount
point,
Vernon
you can really
remains a
understand the
place to
legacy
study
Washington
the
built,
mixed legacy
looking out
he
over the
left
very
behind.
same Potomac River.
The freeing in his will complicates his record. A late, morally fraught decision. At his death, respect poured in, even as historians argued about the man's meaning.
Note the date
We
on this
study
one.
him to
It
learn how
predates
to
the others
govern,
by several
how
months.
to lead,
Indeed.
and when
that
to
changes
step
the
back.
context entirely.
His face on coins keeps memory visible, but deeper influence lives in institutions. Courts, schools, ballots. These living roots are among his truest legacies. Remember complexity, not caricature, virtue and flaw, woven into one consequential life. He left a country able to argue, improve, and grow beyond any single founder. If you want the raw sources, check the description for Mount Vernon and archives. Tell us in the comments, what surprised you, his restraint or his contradictions? Subscribe to American History Unlocked to unlock more cinematic presidential stories. Next episode, the election that almost tore the Republic apart. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching. History is a conversation we keep alive.
Thank you so
together.
much.
This is American History Unlocked. See you next time. Another chapter awaits.